Quite earthy colors everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's a narrow street. It's quite a lot of houses. Seems like an old place. Not sure how old.
Like an old place.
Seems empty at the moment.
Okay, alright. So no people around?
No.
Oh.
Standing on the ground, which is it's like a dusty ground. No tarmac or anything or bricks. It's just earth.
Just earth.
It's pretty dry.
Does your body feel male or female?
Male.
Male. Alright.
Yeah.
What kind of body have you got?
Average height. I seem to have long hair. Very long shoulder length.
Look at your hands now. Let's have a look what they look like.
They look very dry. Very dry, and I think I've definitely been using them a lot.
Do you know how?
I see a lot of cuts on my hands, like from working.
From working?
Yeah.
What do you feel about that place?
I'm bored. It's very boring.
It's boring. Alright, okay.
Nothing seems to be happening.
Okay, alright.
Fishing nets.
How do you make them?
I've got like a little tool, but I'm also mostly using like just tying knots. But I've got like a little hook thing I'm using.
Okay. So you make fishing nets?
Yeah.
Where do you do it?
Seems somewhere by the coastline.
What happens when you do it?
I think it's pretty boring.
Okay.
It's very samey. It's very repetitive, kind of. Just knitting this.
Just knitting?
Yeah, just creating this net.
It's quite repetitive for you.
Yes, it is very
How do you feel when you do it?
I usually try to think about other things. Imaginary things, I guess. I like to imagine things.
What sort of things do you imagine?
Places that I've never been to. Places that don't really exist, maybe. I'm sitting by the sea and I'm just staring into the sea.
You like looking at the sea?
Yeah. I like the view. It's calm. And I don't think there is much to do.
So you just sit and look at the sea?
I do that a lot, I think.
Tell me more about it.
I can see some boats in the distance. And I'm scared to go too far in the sea.
You've never been far in the sea?
I've been on water, but I've never been too far.
Okay, alright. But is this something you want to explore?
I'd like to explore, but I can't.
Alright.
I get very nervous, it seems. The idea of it.
I see.
I don't feel I can share much with other people. I just don't really... I don't know, I don't seem to connect with anyone much. And there aren't many people around. It's a very quiet place.
I see. It's a quiet place. So do you tend to talk to somebody there or have some communication?
No, I don't really seem to be talking to anybody.
It must be quite lonely for you.
It is very lonely, yeah.
Don't you try sometimes to interact with people?
No, I don't like to interact with people much.
Why not?
It seems. I don't know. I guess it makes me nervous.
So why? Why does it make you feel like that? Don't you like them, or are you afraid of something, or what?
I'm just very shy. I don't know what to say to people.
I see. You're shy. So you don't know how to hold a conversation.
No, I don't see the point of having a conversation. I mean, I don't see why you should have a conversation.
Well, people exchange things, say things to each other, experiences, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't feel like it.
No.
There seemed to be a ship taking everybody off that place. And I'm going on it. It seems everybody has to go.
Why do they have to go?
I don't know, it's like they're clearing that place as though nobody else... I don't know. Maybe something's about to happen there, or... Just taking everybody off that place.
So everybody has to go on the ship?
Yeah.
And you going as well?
Yeah, I have no choice. Everybody's going. And I'm very hesitant, but...
You feel hesitant?
Yes. I don't like ships.
You don't like them?
No.
Why not?
It makes me nervous to go deep in the sea.
Yes, I see. What does this ship look like?
It's kind of... It looks wooden. Yeah, it looks wooden. Old. Yeah, I'm just really nervous.
Does anybody help you when you go there?
It's like I can't breathe.
You won't have any physical sensations. You are safe.
I know, but I can feel it. It's like my chest is feeling really tight. Like
relax.
as if you would have panic attacks. I think I'm getting panic attacks. Like.
So the ship makes you feel like that?
Yeah.
Is there anybody who can help you there, or is anybody?
I'm trying to keep calm.
How do you do it?
I'm taking deep breaths, but I'm sweating.
Is the ship moving already?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you see around as it's moving?
I'm seeing that where I lived is just in the distance now. And it is scary.
You've never been away from that place?
No. It's like a really, really busy, it's like I've never seen so many people in one place like this.
It's very busy.
Very busy.
What does this place look like?
I still feel it's like a harbour. It's very busy. There's lots of cargoes everywhere. There's lots of people, lots of men. It's just very loud.
Are these people the same, like people who are with you, or are they different?
Oh, they're different. They're like they seem to be from all over.
How does it make you feel to be there?
I feel a little lost because there's so many new things.
What are you going
But I'm
to
working. But I'm working there.
You're working there?
I'm like carrying something, like carts or something. Pulling things around.
Yes.
Heavy work.
Okay. How does it feel to do that work?
Well, I'm glad that I'm working. I'm just used to work anyway. Okay, I'm in front of something which is like a cart of... They're like fruits. They're like... lots of red fruits. There are things I've never had before or never seen. And there's a girl behind her. And she's so pretty.
She's a pretty girl.
She's very pretty and she's very friendly.
What is she doing?
She's selling the fruits.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in a market.
Okay, so you're in a market.
Yeah, she's got very thick eyebrows.
Uh-huh.
Very thick.
Okay. Does she talk to you as well?
I seem to be chatting, and she's very chatty and smiley. She's very sweet.
Mm. How do you feel when somebody's talking to you?
Excited. It's like... It's more about me wanting to talk to her.
Okay. Uh-huh. So you don't feel shy with her?
No.
Huh.
No, I'm a lot more talkative. I'm talking.
What made you become more talkative?
Well, I guess the big change coming from there, going over in the ship journey, maybe that was something that changed me. Doing something very scary.
That's true. That was scary. Uh-huh. How did you cope with that change?
And I guess I had to talk because I didn't know people, so I had to communicate to it. I couldn't stay quiet. Maybe I didn't need to talk much where I was before. But in a new place I needed to.
So the situation made you do that?
Yeah, pushed me to change and talk. Since you're spending time together, holding hands.
How do you feel about her?
She makes me very happy. I feel very warm inside.
How does she do it?
It's just her smile. She's so kind. I see I'm holding her very tight. And it's somewhere like it's a tent, as if we have a tent, or it's part of the place. I don't know whether we live in a tent or it's a temporary thing. I don't know. But I'm holding it very tight, and it's really nice. And there's a baby. It's our baby.
You have a baby? Oh.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the baby?
It's very cute. I think it's a boy, and it's kind of like just crawling around in a tent. It's a small place.
So you made a family together?
Yeah.
What is it like for you to have a family?
It's lovely. I feel very happy.
What makes you happy?
It's nice having a family. I've always been alone. It's like I can't believe it even.
Is she a nice girl?
She's very nice.
Ah.
She's very loving and nice. I'm an old man. And I'm looking at the sea. I feel very happy. Because I think I've lived a good life.
In what way was your life good?
It was loving. I worked hard, but I had love in my life and colors. Lots of happy moments.
It's important to have.
I actually didn't think I would have those things, but I had them.
You thought you would be alone?
Yeah, because that's what I was used to. I thought that would be it. I wasn't really aware that it could be possible.
Okay, so it was loving. And do you think you also did something to make it happen, or it just happened in your life?
I did talk. If I hadn't talked to her, it probably wouldn't happen.
Okay.
I did make the right steps, I think. Opened up to it.
What helped you to do it?
I think I was pushed out of my comfort zone to go on that ship, and it was really scary, but after that everything else was easy because that was the biggest fear. So
And you overcame that
after
fear.
that life got easier.
So was there any lessons in that life?
Yeah, that you have to open up to good things. You have to take the steps towards them. And I was always imagining about new places, new things, new people. And I think I manifested it in a way as well. Because in my mind I was always imagining being somewhere new. Places that... Because I was just stuck in that place, so...
Yes.
I always envisioned being elsewhere. It's important to have an intention and visualize, and it will manifest.
So does it work when we visualize things? Do they become part of our reality?
This is how we create our reality.
So what do people really need to do if they want to create something in their lives?
Visualize the things they want.
Just visualize or anything else?
And the right steps.
Like what, for example?
It's important to walk towards the heart's desire.
How do people know when it is the heart desire that they are looking at?
They will feel the happiness.
Okay, so what do people need to do in order to visualize right things?
Focus on what makes them happy. That's all they need.
What about people who don't know what makes them feel happy?
They need to find what makes them happy. If they don't know the happiness, how can they create the happiness?
How do they find happiness?
By exploring options and experiencing.
Okay. And why was it important today for Maryam to remember about the power of creation and manifestation?
She underestimates the power of manifestation. She doesn't work on it.
She doesn't?
No, she doesn't.
Okay, so tell us more. What doesn't she do?
She needs to maintain the practice and imagine what she wants to create. And keep imagining.
So you mean make it more focused or more regular?
Regular.
Regular. Like how regular?
Daily.
Daily. And at the moment, it's not daily?
She doesn't do it sometimes at all.
Okay. And you want her to do that more?
Indeed. Daily.
Daily. Tell us the process. How can she do that every day, for example?
She only needs to spend a few minutes in the morning. Close her eyes. Visualize what she wants to create in her life. Do that every day.
Okay. Any particular parts of her life you feel she should focus on now?
She needs to focus on the base.
What do you mean by the base?
She needs a solid ground.
That's what she was gonna ask you about. Yes, how can she feel more stable in life?
By standing stable. Barefoot on the ground. And bringing stability to her body.
You mean literally, physically standing on the ground?
Yes.
Okay. So it can be a practice.
Daily.
Daily.
And that could be when she has her eyes closed and working on manifestation.
Okay. And why is stability and base is important for her?
She never had a solid base.
Was it part of her journey or her choice or what?
Part of the journey and the choice, yes.
So why now is important for her to have a base?
She wants to create big things, and in order to have big things you need a solid foundation, otherwise they will crumble.
Is that true?
It will, yes.
Okay, so what kind of a base can Maryam create in her life?
The base where she can hold herself tight when she needs to, and give that holding to others, and allow layers upon layers to be created, and the expansion.
And like practical in terms of visualizing base and those things, what can she see as the base?
By creating roots, like a very solid tree, it would help if she could see herself as a tree. Focus. Focusing the energy on important things.
What are the important things for her?
Of course, creating the base.
Yes.
And building the path above that. Strengthening the foundations and the knowledge.
In terms of her other activities, what would you say would be more beneficial for her? Just what she does in life, or how she spends time in terms of focus?
Give enough time to herself and to the right crowd.
What would be the right crowd for Maryam?
Those that understand her and help her grow.
Who would be those people, for example?
Most people that she has around her now are the right crowd. She knows.
Okay. And what are the ones who are not right?
The ones that are completely out of her reality, they're not the right ones.
And also focusing more time on herself. What can she do for herself more?
She could rest better. Spend the meditation in the morning of creating the base. Drink more water. Focus on lighter food.
When Maryam sees different visions, sometimes she wonders whether they are true or not, or whether it's her imagination. How can she help herself differentiate them?
Ask the heart. The heart never lies.
How will the heart respond?
With feeling of expansion. The heart.
What is there in the heart?
There are blockages.
What kind of blockages are they?
Emotional blockages.
What are they connected with?
Unworthiness.
Unworthiness. Where does this unworthiness come from?
From emotional traumas in the past. They're not new.
Can you do something to heal that energy?
Yes.
How are you going to heal it?
By focusing light on it. She's here to create big changes with very small steps. But they will create ripple effects that she will never know. She's a catalyst. Bringer of light. And the expansion part she knows.
So, for example, how does she create changes?
She can pull people apart, and by doing that, their light shines through. Quite forcefully, in fact.
What do you mean pull people apart?
Sometimes light is hidden inside. The way that we pulled her apart so that her light could come through. She can do that to others, but in a much gentler way.
How does she do it to others?
She knows where the light is hiding because she found her own.
Okay, so she's helping other people to connect to that light.
Indeed.
Alright, okay. What is your other advice for Maryam in terms of her path, maybe her career?
Not to hold herself back. Be fully who she is.
Okay, what about her left side and her feet? She was wondering about that.
The more balance she brings, she will find balance in all her body. The sign of conflict.
What kind of conflict?
Her inner conflict. She just needs to be fully who she is and not hold herself back.
In what way does she hold herself back?
She sees herself a lot limited than she is.
Why?
She's insecure and afraid of her power.
Where does this insecurity come from?
It's the childhood programming.
Okay, alright. So how can we unlock that programming?
She's gradually doing that. But doing more mirror work will help.
Like what can she do with the mirror?
Do the right affirmations in the mirror, acknowledging her power without holding herself back.
That's a very good advice. So mirror work and affirming. Can you give us an example of affirmation for Maryam?
Things such as, I am a powerful being. I am a strong light worker. I'm here to create light. I expand beyond imagination. I allow my shining light. Soulmates are those that we had experience with in the past lives. They could have been spouses or friends.
And twin flame?
Twin flame is far more complicated.
So what is it then, twin flame?
When a soul is playing two games at once.
What do you mean by games?
Being in two bodies at once.
Okay. Why would the soul do that?
More advanced souls are able to do that.
And why? Why would they do something like that?
It will bring more growth to the soul.
How would that work?
By forgetting that the other is you. You relate in a very different way. And by accepting the other, you grow.
So you temporarily forget that it's you and then you rediscover it in a way.
Yes.
So what do really people feel when they meet their twin flame, what they call?
All sorts of feelings depending on their own growth journey.
For example?
Some might feel a great attraction, and some might feel repulsion. It might be a push or a pull.
People probably would ask, why would they feel repulsion towards part of their soul?
When they do not accept themselves fully and they haven't explored their inner sides enough, they don't recognize that as themselves and they reject it.
Okay, I see. So then what kind of lessons do they learn when they meet that person?
They are forced to face their darkness, areas that they haven't explored.
Okay. What can they do to learn that successfully?
Understanding that the other person is their mirror.
Sometimes it's difficult for people, because we tend to see reality as something separate from us. What can help people to be understanding and patient and loving?
They have to be gentle with themselves first. They won't be able to do that with other people unless they do it with themselves. And slowly allow ideas to enter their lives in a playful manner first.
Okay. What ideas are you talking about to enter their life?
Other possibilities, complications of soul and dimensions.
Okay, so more awareness about reality. And do people need to look for their soulmates? Oh, I mean twin flames. I know that now it's a popular subject, twin flames, and people wonder, where is my twin flame? Is it something we're supposed to be looking for or not?
We don't need to look for that.
Tell us more, why not?
It happens whenever it needs to happen. You won't find it if you go looking for it.
Why not?
By trying to look for it, you will push it away.
How does that work?
It's more of a hide and seek. It's just a game.
Okay, so what would you recommend for people who really want to meet the love of their life and they still can't?
They need to focus on their self-love. First of all, that's the most important love.
So focus on loving themselves?
At first, yes.
First. How do they do that?
By daily practice of self-love. It's a gradual work and growth.
What does it include, that daily practice?
Accepting and loving oneself and forgiving oneself and making oneself's life easier by not creating limitations.
I see. So you mean instead of looking outwards, people start searching inwards for love?
That's the most important step.